Welcome to Central Valley Music on CentralValleyTalk.com, and we are here with Afteryears tonight. Welcome everyone here. Feel free to state your names and what you do in the band.
Well, my name is Sean Thomas. I'm the singer and guitarist. And then behind me, we've got Ethan.
I'm Ethan.
Ethan
Say your
F.
last name.
Ethan Foster.
Foster.
It's necessary because I'm also Ethan Velez.
I'm not Ethan. I always said Ethan.
I'm Gibson Devins.
We have too many Ethans.
You should just change your name.
All right, I'm Ethan Gibson Devins, and this is Ethan Sean Thomas, and this is Ethan Batlord Carcass.
Batlord Carcass. That's fucking thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
All right, very,
Thank
very
you.
welcome. And yes, and so for each of you, and I know for sure that when we get to the portion of your performance, everybody gets to see your positions, but feel free to share what you do in the band.
Oh, he already said he's singer and lead guitar. He
Yes,
needs to
singing the
specify.
guitar.
I hit the things.
He hits the things.
Drum in it, yeah.
I play the guitar with 4 strings.
Yes.
It's also known as a bass.
Bass, right?
And I play the guitar with 6 strings,
Yes.
which is
It's
just
the
known as-
guitar.
yeah, it's just the guitar.
Lead electric guitar, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was going to ask, do you all hail from Fresno, or are you close
Yes.
from the surrounding area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are from Fresno.
Fresno.
Except for me. I live in Clovis.
Clovis.
I think I'm from Fresno.
I've been told.
I've been told I'm from Fresno.
But it's cool. Yes, you are part of the surrounding local music scene here. You know, Fresno and Clovis here. It's very,
Oh, yeah.
very good. And then-
You can call what we do music.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Mhm.
I will soon be moving to Fresno.
There we- It's pretty cool.
Perfect.
It's like a
Then we would
It's like
all
a
be
6
living
mile
in
move.
Clovis.
It's not
I
a
mean
big deal.
Fresno.
Yeah, it makes it cool. So I would like to ask, feel free for anybody who wants to pop in and share like about influences, but I'd like to ask, what would be said, you know, like as far as getting started in your early years of music, how, like, what got you started in music, and about how young would you say? Maybe for each, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, I was in middle school, and I think, like, I just wanted girls to like me. Didn't work.
You got guys to like him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted people to like me, you know. So
I like you, Gibson.
That's a mistake. No, I don't know. I think I just wanted girls to like me. That was a long time ago. I'm 25, so when I was in middle school, that was over 10 years ago. So, but I don't know. I was just like, okay, I'll pick up the guitar, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm learning the guitar when I hadn't touched it. So I was learning the guitar for like 2 years, and then I became a freshman in high school, and I actually touched the guitar and started learning. So it's crazy how that works. Yeah, I guess the rest is history.
It's pretty awesome, yeah.
I'm like that much better now than I was then. It's good stuff.
Heck yeah, for a good start. How about you, bassist Ethan?
I started, I guess, like early high school is when I took music seriously. I did a little bit of piano lessons when I was starting in elementary school, I guess. But then high school I did drumline, and that's around that time I just started learning every instrument I could, which was convenient. There was tons of instruments around me at that time. Just, yeah.
There are a lot of different kinds.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot.
I'm a fan of many.
Quite a fan of many, a multifaceted amount, right?
Yes.
I would say for drummer Ethan about.
Remember Ethan? Well, I started on the drums in 4th grade. That'll be 10 years ago now. And it's funny, I actually didn't want to play drums at first. I went to this sort of like demonstration sort of assembly at my elementary school. And I came home that day and I was like, Mom, I want to play trombone. And my mom was like, Ethan, you have asthma, and you live in the worst part of the country for anyone to be breathing. How about percussion? And so that's how I started. It's because
So
I didn't
your
want to
mom
be playing.
actually suggested
Yeah.
the noisiest instrument?
They're all noisy, man. And actually, with percussion, you don't have to deal with all the unpleasant sounds.
You mean like
You
the
hit
things
it,
that sound like
You're
dying
doing,
cats?
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I may say even with drums, it is quite the athletic feat, so you still get that breathing exercise.
Sure, yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's kept me in shape.
He's lying. He sits
Yeah.
on his ass.
For sure, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only person who gets to sit down during the gig. He is not
Man,
exercising.
you're just trying too hard.
He's the only person who has to carry like 50 pounds of equipment.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need you.
Make it fun.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
I'm sorry, make sure. Me being silly, I'm really excited about having you all on here too, and be able to talk about stuff. But yeah, for like the percussion, that's what's up. Be able to do that, and then I wanted to ask you about Sean, about where your roots and beginnings for music had started.
All right. Well, the first band I remember hearing was when I was just 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Beatles, and
Story time.
I was like, blowing up balloons for the party.
Mm-hmm.
My whole class came over, and my dad was playing the Beatles on his vinyl record player, and I was like running around and having just a great old time just listening to the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember hearing Green Day when I was like 7 or 8, but I didn't know like who they were until I was 10. And when I was 10, American Idiot came out, and I remember seeing them and on TV, and I was like, they're weird just like me. So I'm heavily influenced by them, and I like their personalities and what they stand for. But for me, as far as guitar is concerned, I started playing guitar when I was 10 years old, and I didn't really start practicing a lot until I was about 14, so about my freshman year of high school. And then I got pretty good, and here I am, and I've been in quite a handful of bands, and for me, Afteryears is the band that is the one, so.
He writes all the songs, so it better be the one.
But it feels good, right? It's like solid, and I could tell. Like I will already say, not to spoil it for the viewers, but I feel like you all have a very solid sound going on right now.
We appreciate that.
We,
Thank you.
we try.
Yeah, sure
We
try.
attempt.
We try our best.
Doing your best. Well, I feel like right as a fellow musician, you want to get up there and do your best as you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's never really trying to half it.
So I actually woke up this morning with aches and pains, a 102-degree fever, and I was coughing. My nose was stuffed up. I was like,
And he still showed up.
shit, we have a show tonight here at CVT, and I have to take some medicine, do some warm-ups, and
sick.
I just tried my best, and I think I did pretty
Sacrifices
well.
you make for music.
I agree. Definitely.
The
very
sacrifices, definitely.
I mean, definitely the best of sacrifices. It's definitely understanding with doing music and the sacrifices made. And then I know I want to ask that as a question afterwards, but definitely for all the bandmates, for you, Sean, and everybody in the band here, like definitely since you did mention about Beatles being an influence and Green Day at an early age too, for everybody here, what would you say your influences musically were when it came to anything that brought you in like closer to your love for music and everything?
Yeah. I'd say for this band, especially Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big influence on at least how I approach our music. Travis Barker, these big rock guys.
Yeah.
They've been with me since childhood.
Yeah.
They, they're in you once you start to listen and play their stuff.
Mhm.
You can't really get away from what they've done for you musically.
Like it's infectious, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Travis is a beast on the drums.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So a lot of '90s rooted alternative.
Yeah,
kind of
sure, you can
feels.
say that. And with modern stuff, I'd say groove powerhouses like Benny Greb. Those are sort of where I'm going with the influences these days. But for this band especially, I'd say Chad Smith is the number one guy.
Chad Smith, that's pretty rad. Heck yeah. And then as far as for
Yeah, a lot of just big rock stuff, especially like 90s alternative stuff. I listened to a bunch of Green Day in middle school, Blink 182, lots of punk, all that sphere.
yeah,
Now we're more mature. We don't have to play punk anymore.
yeah, just kind of evolved along the way. Yeah. So, and how about you?
Oh, well, I mean, my biggest influence is like when I first started, I listened to a lot of like Slayer and Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Super weird kind of mixture.
Yeah.
I don't really write the songs for this band, but I try to at least make my kind of guitar parts different than what Sean wrote. So it kind of, we all bring our own little style, and I guess I take like a lot of influence from like pop punk bands now. Like I'm a huge Wonder Years fan, and I don't know. I just I just like that kind of stuff. I try to think of like cool little melodies to play with him, or like in the songs that we played here. It's mostly just like rhythm stuff, but we have some other songs where I play these cool little like counter melodies to what he's playing. So, and I don't know where that comes from. It's just kind of like I want the song to sound cool.
Yeah, that makes sense with melodies, harmonics, and ways to kind of like balance a sound. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, I like music theory a lot
Yeah,
too.
music theory.
So I don't know. I'll learn something cool, and then I'll be like, okay, let's apply it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the stuff you write really, it really blends well with the guitar parts that I play. So I dig it.
Yeah. So would you say all four of you in the band are very heavy on music theory yourselves?
I'm pretty heavy on music.
Yes.
I'm incredibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we all know a great amount of music theory.
It's really good. I can understand that it helps with the flow and evolution in your sound. That makes sense.
Was that intentional?
Well, I feel it. I can understand that. What I see with how musically you guys have that very much of a strength in sound, especially with a sound that I would say is accessible. I can see and feel it.
Sure.
You know, it's very nice. And then that's another thing that's great too. Now I get to go on to sacrifices, being musicians, and sacrifices you've made to do music, especially currently in this band. For each of you, would you say that what would you say would have been the most major sacrifices you've done that have helped you keep going forward with your love of music and doing this?
Money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, at least, because
Gear and equipment is really expensive.
Music has
Yeah.
not paid for
Yeah.
itself.
No,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
No.
not yet. And we're kind of just starting out. We haven't been in a band together for more than a year at this point, so we're still developing a fan base, and of course that's going to come with some
Yeah.
sacrifice of time, some sacrifice in personally investing in the gear and the instruments that we have.
Makes sense.
But all of that comes from a really deep care for wanting to see this band grow and to see the opportunity for future sacrifices to be made.
Yeah.
Whether that involves, putting on a tour and sacrificing time away from family and loved ones. We've yet to see that happen, but we're looking forward to the future.
Oh,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I can give that positivity on that, definitely. What you were going to say, though, Sean, you were going to mention something?
I was, if I can remember what I was going to say.
I know, because I'm so jumpy.
We'll give him a minute to think.
Yeah.
Definitely, what he was saying about time with loved ones. I mean, I got people that I piss off because I can't spend time with them, or I have a gig or whatever. Especially when load-in time isn't quite set, so the schedule changes 6 or 7 times the day of the gig and stuff like that. You can't, if you want to do this, I mean, you have to be willing to sacrifice some time with people you care about.
Yeah.
But it's rewarding at the same time. It's like, I don't feel like we're sacrificing that time for no reason. I feel like I'm definitely getting something out of it that is really important to me. Sean, whenever you think of what you're going to say, you can go ahead.
I actually remembered it. We've actually been doing really well as far as shows and stuff. For our third show, we had already played at Fulton 55,
Yes.
which that was really well for only our third show. And then I've actually kept track of all the shows we played on my iPhone.
That's good.
Yeah, Sean does all the booking.
Yeah.
And the majority of our social networking as well.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really he's a workhorse.
Well, nowadays with music, it's very important to utilize social media. Not only that, but know how to use it properly,
Yes.
because there actually are ways to reach potential people that like your music. So,
And I can understand what you mean with putting that sacrifice, the investment of money into things, and with gear, promoting probably even on the social
Yeah.
media, because I figure these days with the advertising machine of social media as well, you know.
Yeah. So
Well, and sometimes we gotta go sell tickets and stuff like that, so you can sacrifice
Yeah.
some gas. And,
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, it just takes a commitment, but it's worth it.
yeah, and almost every day for a couple hours, I'm promoting us on our Instagram page or our Facebook page, and we've gotten quite a lot of likes just in a short amount of time. And
Like I
What-
said, he's
what
a
I-
workhorse.
what I do is I find people online who like all the musicians and bands that we've been influenced by, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Foo Fighters, Green Day, the Beatles, and because those people would most likely like our music. So almost every day I'm promoting us and trying to get us shows, and sometimes I might come off a little bit annoying, but I'm just very passionate, and
That's just to us.
So on the whim, you know, right off a whim, and everything's great on the fly too, right? Yeah.
Well, he'll send out like messages,
Mhm.
and he'll just be like, "Hey, you know,
Yeah,
blah, play in this band. If you play in the band, I'll check out your stuff. Whatever
and
you do."
I try to stay in contact and with everyone that I play shows with. I add them on social media. So yeah.
I definitely say very, very amazing and well done to be able to do that, where even if you're contacting and going in to each individual and making sure you get to win their listenership, their earning fans on a very personal level too. That's really nice, you know. Definitely, I can agree.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Important.
I mean, I will say from even the music background I had been involved in, I know what it's like, because I mean, you know, especially because I did play to like a niche group of people a lot of
Sure.
times with fans of dark alternative music and stuff. So I know it was like very much, you know, right. You're constantly make sure you get each individual, and even hitting that like club, so to say, group of people, or even
Yeah.
whatever you can get into. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel it. And then, oh yeah, feel free to plug your social media addresses for sure. Like, you
Yeah.
know, I make sure that as we have them on screen as
Yeah.
well for Facebook.com Afteryears Band.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right there,
Yeah,
yes,
there
there
we
we go. And then the Instagram.com/Afteryears Band.
See, what
I
they don't know out there is that's added in post, so I'm just like pointing at his dick.
You guys are great. Definitely. So I would like to ask too, as far as like as of right now, is December 20th, 2017, and then you guys have been around for roughly about a year. You said.
I think we had our.
Well, our first band practice was March 16th
March 16th.
because
I don't know why he remembers that. I knew it was March.
I didn't know that.
But the
Nice.
I keep track of everything that we do, and
the band was actually it wasn't all four of us originally. So Sean sent me a message out of nowhere on Facebook. I'd never met him before. Sends me a message saying, "Hey, do you want to play my band?" And I was like, "Is it sketchy? How about we just like meet and
And,
hang out,
you know,
jam?"
Right.
Which is it ended up kind of cool.
Wait, that's not what we do now.
for me, that is a normal occurrence.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm
I didn't know this at the time because I'd never met him, but yeah, that is kind of what he does. But so I agreed. We met up. We hung out. Like I went to his birthday party. Never met.
yeah.
the
The
guy.
first day that Gibson met me was at my 23rd birthday party.
Yes,
Yeah.
In less than a year, Sean.
that was like that's February, and
We're already like really good friends too. So
yeah.
Makes it
And
great.
so then we had our first band practice in March. We had our original drummer, who we met her on
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Tinder. What?
Yeah, we met her on Tinder. No, on Craigslist, and she kind of stopped showing up to practices and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I knew these guys because we all go to Fresno
Fresno
City
City,
College.
The first time I met Veronica in person
I was
She
trying
had
not to say her name, but
she had me pick her up. She had me pick her up from school at some Clovis school. I can't remember right now. But and then we go to Guitar Center, and then she has me like pay for like a drum head.
why are you telling
I'm like,
this story?
okay,
You do
well,
not look good in this story.
well,
In the end, it was a good
no,
story.
because like
Well, it's good for me.
immediately we just immediately became really good friends. So I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. And
But things don't
Yeah.
work out, and so she stepped aside from the band, and I knew these guys. I was playing bass at the time. He was just the only guitarist, and I kind of didn't want to play bass. It's just I just
Yeah.
don't feel at home on
I
the
don't want to
instrument.
play bass.
plus, the songs sound more full with
Yeah.
two guitars.
Mm-hmm.
So
when I play my solos and stuff.
I
Layers.
suggested that he come jam with us, and he did, and then you joined a couple weeks later, and we started
I'm gonna
practicing, and
I'm gonna go ahead and give the Ethans a few compliments.
We
So
don't want that.
Take them away.
what?
when they auditioned at my house in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
I just immediately I could tell that they were just natural musicians,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like you guys as people and as musicians, and I think you guys are really good, and I'm happy to call you my friends.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we've really enjoyed your songwriting process and being able to see your project forward. It's been a really good time.
It was
Yeah.
very cool. I definitely say that's what's cool because I understand how it is with the
Yeah.
music, and then sure, like I know even in the band I've been in, we had a graveyard of former members, and some things came and go, but you guys got this locked in really good. I can see it.
Yeah.
Very, very
Um,
It
good.
works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So after 14 years of me being afraid to truly pursue music, I'm finally starting to pursue it.
Yes.
My goal is for 2018 is to play as many shows as I can, whether it's with the whole band or acoustically or just me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get as much exposure as we can. We're doing really well. Like I said, we've played at Fulton 55,
Mm-hmm.
Full Circle Brewing Company twice, and we actually played at Strummers
Mm-hmm.
for our 7th show, which was not so obviously we had this show, and then our show before was again at Full Circle, and then
Yeah,
which
we
was
just played
Sunday.
at Strummers last week.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
we played at Strummers Friday the 5th.
That was pretty cool. We just did a
15?
little acoustic set. It's just him and I standing up there in front of a bunch of people who'd never heard of us.
Yeah,
But
there's
hey, we got some
probably
compliments. That worked.
I'd say there was probably about 60, 70 people.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They were a really good crowd too. They were like cheering for us, and
Screaming at
we
the sound
felt
guy.
really
So I
good,
felt
and
too.
my vocals sounded really good. I got a lot of compliments from people that have seen us before that said it was probably my best performance vocally. So I was really excited, and
Let's hope that's not your peak.
I don't think it is.
Fresno's been good to us lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and we played
Yeah.
Barmageddon down in Tulare,
yeah.
so that was pretty cool. I've been in
Tulare.
bands.
Barmageddon, that's actually one of our favorite places to play.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Besides Strummers, of course. Next time we play at Strummers, hopefully the Ethans can be there.
Yes.
The great Ethans.
We can't blame them though. They're in another band called
Yeah.
Zoo Pigeons.
There are other
which-
bands, Zoo Pigeons, and
Zoo Pigeons is
Yeah.
awesome. Everybody should check them out too.
they're really
Their
good.
stuff isn't at the bottom of the screen. I'm pointing at his dick again.
He just enjoys doing it.
Oh my god. You guys are
No,
great.
he does it every now and again, just to strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like,
Hey, look at that.
sometimes actually I'll be driving down the street in my car, actually listening to Zoo Pigeons.
Yeah, we're on Facebook and
They're on
Instagram and
Instagram and
Spotify, all that
Spotify and Facebook. So
That's what's
Check it
cool.
out.
Man, you guys got to do a super. Did I just say
Oh.
super suitcase? Yes, a super showcase together.
also, yeah, we're trying to play shows together, like Afteryears and Zoo Pigeons, and maybe go on tour together.
Oh my gosh. it'd be great.
Actually, the two bands that we opened up for at Strummers, Rainer and Flo Hollows, and
They share members, yeah.
yeah, they share members, which is really cool. So
Amazing too.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully Afteryears and Zoo Pigeons can be on
Yeah,
tour
someday.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta work
share
it out.
the stage, and
Maybe over the summer.
you guys will be like really tired from playing two shows.
I'm always really tired.
I can relate in retrospect because One Last Crust shared members with AGF, and like so we know what it's like to switch it up and everything.
Yeah.
It's like just switch out frontmen. That's what happened. So it was fun. This is cool.
I think it works. I've never been in a band that could really function without somebody. At least not without replacing them. Because I used to play in like some thrash metal bands and stuff like that, and it's kind of like if the bassist's not there or the drummer's not there, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I can
There's
alter
no like
it.
acoustic thrash metal.
Very
But,
difficult.
this band's cool because it's super modular. It can go all the way down to just Sean playing by himself, which he's done a couple
Yeah.
times, to up to the full band.
Yeah.
For real.
Sometimes in River Park, I'll just play by myself, and
Get kicked out.
But hey, why not, right?
a half an hour or an hour later, after I've paid like $40 to $60 in tips, they eventually kick me out and say I'm not
He's not allowed to be there.
allowed to be there.
Yeah, that's just silly. Fresno's got to be a little more friendly in public to their musicians, I swear to. Street
Yeah.
performers.
And then
everything.
so I just move over to the Target.
Yeah, just go over there, right?
true.
Just
It's
across
true.
the way. Makes it great. Yeah, I definitely like. Do you guys have any, as of this date, have any gigs lined up in this month or even for the new year coming up here?
Well, in a
We,
couple of days, Sean will be at Target again.
Yeah, Target and River Park. Sean's just there sometimes. Secret show.
That's cool.
No, we don't have anything planned yet. There might be something on the 2nd, but we gotta
Yeah,
see if it works with our schedule. And I think we're trying to just like take a couple weeks off and maybe come out swinging in the new year with like a new song. Or
Yeah,
We've got
'cause-
some stuff in the works for now, and we'll see what we can bring in the new year.
For real, it would be great. I mean, I know.
Yep, I've got new songs that I've written, and I gotta show these guys, and
Yeah, we gotta learn it. You know.
But
That's
fun.
hard.
Or not.
Speaking
and
of bass player.
you know, obviously we'd like to record a whole album because right now we just have a demo EP,
That's cool.
which
You
I
can find on Bandcamp.
didn't get hardly any sleep. I got like 2 hours of sleep, and I was up for like a long time. Like how many hours was I up?
I don't know. We were tracking
Like-
for probably like.
I was so exhausted, and
You did 4 songs in an afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It sounds really good though.
There was
and that's thanks to a bunch of people. We recorded at Fresno City College
for
under
free
the guidance of Nye Morton.
Rest in peace.
because Gibson.
Rest in peace. He's not dead.
Yes.
Nye Morton is not dead.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a really cool person.
Yeah, Nye's awesome.
Gibson, he had to record a song for his final in music class, and then he got 3 of his friends in the class to record us.
Yeah. So,
So
definitely
we recorded
wanna-
4 songs, and I was tired as.
Mm-hmm.
and so I tried as hard as I could, and it was so funny.
It was
But,
good though. It sounds great. The mixes were done by.
It sounds great for how tired and.
No, it
Wow.
just sounds great. Period, man.
Well,
The
thank
mixes
you.
were great, done by Thalia Rodriguez and Blake Wilson and Michael
Yeah.
Jones. I did one of the
Who,
mixes.
They all obviously attend Fresno City College with Gibson, so.
That's wonderful too. Hey, it's good to have those connections, and it's helped too. And even then, like if there was anything you thought was kind of odd about recording, it still comes out pretty good and adds an atmosphere. Plus,
Yeah,
I
and
also agree.
We also learned a lot from that process, and we know what to do next time.
We had a
and-
guest drummer, Ernest Paul.
yeah.
Great dude. Learned the
he-
songs in an afternoon.
He did really well.
And then played them, like tracked them 2 days later. That was while we were transitioning between Veronica and these
Next
guys.
time I'm gonna get some sleep, and we're gonna play with a metronome. And actually, we're not gonna record live next time because there was a miscommunication between the instructor and who else? Gibson?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
One of
It
the
doesn't
people.
Yeah.
Makes it good. But heck yeah, definitely I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on your performances and on the bills for the venues and abroad. So, especially seeing when you guys get to the touring and going on these steps through everything. And I'm definitely seeing you guys are already winning quite the between the local indie alternative crowd already. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm really
good.
excited for the future, for myself, for 2018, and for the guys and Afteryears and Zoo Pinches as well.
Yeah. I can see a good little group of this all coming through, so I'm really good to say. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think that Fresno isn't the greatest place for music to really thrive. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's people and bands out there with a lot of talent. You just got to go out there and support.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent here in Fresno, and you know, there's a lot of places to play, and even you know, we could even do house shows or play for parties. You know, there's more places to play than just at the venues, and
Yeah.
so
It's like
You
there's
know.
a venue if you're willing to look for it.
That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
true.
This is definitely a town that you know, really produces a lot of talent.
I think Fresno gets overlooked, and as far as music is concerned, but Fresno's pretty good, I think.
I feel the same way. I've seen a lot of things come from here, and I've even heard of some people that were some members of bands that they took their band and they, you know, obviously when they toured, they ended up tripping across a great place like they took it through the bigger metro area, ended up like getting all their stuff happening, like right. Yeah, I would say like you know, like there's people like that had come out of Fresno. That I feel all of us are inspired by, even then, like even that guy from Night Riots, I remember.
Yeah, Night Rice is really good. I think they played at Strummers recently.
Yeah, not long ago.
Well, I think, you know, Fresno gets kind of shit on a lot, but like Cher went to Fresno High, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if she can come from here, then we can come from here.
Yeah.
Also, this has nothing to do with the band or the interview or whatever, but it looks like my right arm is missing because it's right behind the chair right now.
Yeah. And there it
So-
is. It magically appeared.
He has an arm.
Here's
He's
my
not
right
the
arm.
one-armed
Not
guitar
just a
player.
musician, he's also a magician.
Magic.
I love the lighthearted nature you guys have going on is what's good. And then like, man, I could be here all night with you guys, but I know that for sure. Like, I thank you for coming on tonight and like
Thanks for
sharing
having us.
everything.
Hey, maybe we can have an after party.
Yes, an after party, after years after party. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Be cool. And then, of course, for everybody there that's out there watching us, definitely keep an eye out for the guys. Check them out. Come out to their shows. And then, of course, we are going to go ahead and you guys ready to play? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's play. Thank you. And tune right back in right now for After Years.
Slip into another
Yep. Not for sure. So make the most of it. You and I are only here for a little bit. So let's try to maybe stay without sorrow. We are right, guaranteed to live tomorrow. Nothing lasts forever, so for now let's be together. Nothing lasts forever. We can get through the stormy weather. Time goes by.